started at Delahou, we went to WLC, which was the Washington Leadership Conference in Washington, D.C. And they told us that we had to start a project for something that we don't like in our community and that we feel strongly about. And I chose the topic of gun violence because at the time it was when all of those school shootings were happening, and we had one in my school district. And it was just really hard for all of us, and I wanted to do something. Because even though I'm here, when we get all those warnings at home, I worry because my mom is a teacher and my brother still goes to those schools. And I want to know that even though it may happen, they're protected and there's things that they can do to help themselves. So at first I thought, well, maybe we can put metal detectors in the schools. That wasn't really realistic because, I mean, all of our binders have metal in them. So with a little bit more research and collaboration with Mr. Southern, who's the principal at Mount Lebanon, we found a local company in Anderson called TAC Med Solutions, and they make kits specifically designed for schools that in the event of the emergency, they have all the resources that you can use to stop bleeding and death until the EMTs get there. They have Band-Aids, they have scissors, they have gauze and tourniquets and heating blankets. So we raised money and we put 15 of those in Mount Lebanon. It's one per grade level. So there's a teacher that's the head of a grade level that has one in their classroom, and then all the teachers, including the cafeteria, got a hammer so that if there was an intruder, there's something to protect themselves. Because a lot of teachers would put buckets of rocks at their classroom door because there's not really much that you can put in a classroom that is legal or safe to have around children. So we found something that you could consider an everyday item as well as something to protect yourself against an intruder. It's not going to stop any of the school shootings, but my goal and the practical part of it is that if something were to happen, maybe these kids and these teachers will have a little bit better of a chance at survival because they have some of the items that could be life-saving. Because a lot of times it takes ambulances and police officers a really long time to respond. So if we have these people that have the items and can use them, because they have the training, they just don't know how, they don't have the stuff for it. So if we have the equipment that they could use in the emergency, there's a better chance that maybe these kids might survive. This project was really important to me because I listened to all those stories of other parents that will never get to tell their children that they love them again. And listening to all these parents crying because the last thing they told their kid that morning was that they hated them, that they were so disappointed in them. And I don't think that any parent should ever have to feel that way. No one should regret the last thing that they said to their children before they went to school that day. So I reached out to one of my neighbors. His name is Brett Sanders. He's the county councilman for Anderson District 4. And he actually helped me with a mass majority of the funding for this first school. He got the county to fund a good majority of it. And then for the second school, a parent at the school I'm doing, Mark Davis, he's a deputy with the sheriff's office, and he has reached out to the sheriff and is helping me get funding and support. And through those two people, I have gained many people who have learned about the project and want to help in any way that they can. Well, my hope is that I'll get to continue throughout the district and maybe even the districts that aren't my own, as well as people will hear about my project and they will feel the connection and they will start doing it in their own communities.